Hello and what is up, everybody? Cliff B here once again playing some more Minecraft Isolation World, episode 13, if I got my numbering correctly. Where we last left off, we built the first house of the upper village. Perched way up high on the cliffside on some. I was about to be curious, but yeah, it looks fine. You know, a dirt pillar will probably be more structurally sound than what I currently have. I will think about that later because Minecraft doesn't really have that type of physics. But anyway, so on this cliff, we have this my first foray into cubism. If you don't know about cubism, that's when like basically you have a house that's made out of like multiple different cubes that are often of different materials or colors that are put together to form a building. So on the inside, it's all a connected structure. On the outside, it looks like different parts. So I wanted that. You know, I did took my time with this, and I wound up making something I actually like pretty much. But the only thing about it is like a lot of those pictures I was looking at, they had like depth to them. For instance, like over here, you know, it wouldn't look like just this. They had depth on them, like glass was just parched back by one layer. So I'm just gonna try that real quick, see what that looks like. Yes, I do know that means I'm covering up my light source, but let's just look, just giving it depth, pushing it out by a layer. If I can place blocks correctly, that'd be nice. Single player lag makes no sense. What's up, Danny? It's like, seriously, why am I getting lag in single player? Why is it lagging? It's not a server. I haven't opened it up to LAN. I press tab and it does nothing. Mojang, please fix. Or I guess they're technically called Mojang Studio now because they changed their name. Not sure how you feel about the depth. I mean, it does look more in line with those cubism buildings when I add the depth. And it's only the front and the back. You don't put the depth on the side. Yeah, but I think the problem is I went with this really cool looking glass design. I think this would work better if I had either glass blocks or just glass panes. It doesn't work when you do this. Yeah, I'm not feeling the depth. Let's get rid of the extra layer. Be gone. Alright. Anyway. But the depth to the house is not what I'm here today for. So for today, you know, I'm going to focus on one other build that's going to be grounded. Because I think after that, we're going to be moving on to the actual upper village. So I did say the upper village will be floating. And as you can clearly tell, this isn't exactly floating. It's suspended, definitely, but it's not exactly floating. Alright, so let's get rid of all this. Yeah, I think if I want to do the depths, I have to do it with like glass panes. And not with this like really cool glass design they went with. Yeah. Anyway, so that's granite house number 1. And now we move on to granite house number 2. I mean, granite? Why am I saying granite? Grounded. Wait. Yeah, because this is the upper village. As you can see, it is above this village. But that's just one house. The other house is going to be inside this mountain here. And then what I decided is that what we're going to do is because the Upper Village, like I've said in my convoluted lore, is these villagers that were created by a higher being that may or may not be me, and was given knowledge about advanced stoneworking and magic that they wouldn't have otherwise. Like this village down below is like the lesser, I mean not lesser. We agreed to not lesser. The lower village are regular villagers that have just been displaced from their homes because they've been destroyed by illagers and pillagers and vindicators and evokers and witches and zombies and zombie villagers from when they backstabbed one another in the back. And you know, so that's all these people down here. They're just refugees just trying to live their life, and they've come here. But the upper village is above them. The buns. Why the hell is there a chicken here? I'm sorry, what? What? Why are you here? No, die. You are not. Damn it! I love how I can break stone in one hit, but when I hit a chicken, it somehow lives, you know? It's like, I can just go and destroy a stone block in one hit, but this chicken lives. Dude, my instant destruction fist. That sounds like a Dragon Ball Z move. Instant destruction fist! Gosh. About to beat this chicken to death. Nah, chicken. There we go. Oh, these fishies died. Oh no, they're still here. Yay, the fishing fountains are still here. You know, I kind of want to raise this up by another block so we can have more water for these fishes, because it's kind of just some form of cruelty to have them like that. But whatever. Damn, I forgot about this llama. I've yet to name him. If you don't know lore of this llama, I fucked up with one of the clone commands, and when the trapping villager spawned, he got stabbed stuck. And the creation that I cloned and was just basically suffocated to death. This llama who saw the whole thing was the only survivor. I'll give you a name when I feel like it one of these days. Anyway, back to the upper village. So I think with these buildings, right? That one there and the one we're gonna build in the mountains, those are gonna be the only villages that are actually connected to the ground. And I think what I'm gonna do is back here, I think over here, probably gonna do like a floating zoo. So stretching from all the way over there to all the way over there is gonna be like a floating zoo. And then I'm gonna do one of those mega, like the cities and the towers that you sometimes see in like science fiction. I don't know how the best way to describe it. It's basically, think of a massive skyscraper, but it has everything a city requires. It has like schools built in, it has malls built in, it has housing built in, it has apartments. It's like all that built into just one single skyscraper. I think that is gonna be the actual upper village. Just one of those floating above the ground, way above the ground in fact. And then literally everything built into one giant skyscraper. Will be interesting. We'll see how it goes. I'm pretty sure I will F it up. Did I F something up here? Yeah, this wasn't supposed to be wood. It was supposed to be sandstone. How the did I? Crushing my sanity every day of the week. Alright, so now that we fixed that, so the bridge is actually down properly here, we're gonna dig into this mountain here. How much verticality are we working with? Like, how dense is this mountain? So it's tall, it's like very tall. But surprisingly, it's not that dense in the back. It's like it's kind of missing the back side of it. Like, that's the problem when you're building into like mountains and whatnot. They don't really form that well in Minecraft. Let's go ahead and just dig our way through it, shall we? I think just like the other village. Alright, come on. Alright, so we're working with about that much. Yeah, that's not gonna be enough to build a mansion in the mountain. Whether I like it or not, we're gonna have to use suspensions because this isn't gonna be enough to build like a proper mansion. I mean, it's big, don't get me wrong, and I have height to go up. In fact, how much height do I have to go up? Well, that was the wrong place to check. I should have went from the highest point of this mountain, which is here, down to my tunnel. I mean, I could build high, but Alright. Now we're gonna do this. Well, the tunnel's gonna have to be full wide to match the tunnel on the other end. That's for sure. So let's go ahead. Break this all up. So let's just clear out the tunnel first, shall we? So let's grab a block and let's save here. Yeah, this block here is coordinate -3, 6, 6, 5, 4. So from there to and then to right here. Yep. Slash fill that area. Here. Alright. So now then, clear that, clear that. We have the tunnel going through. Or what I could do is like I have that tunnel going through, but it's going out to a floating platform, so I can have the mansion built on a floating platform. As much as I would love to build it in this mountain here, I just feel like there's not enough space to build something cool like in the mountain. Not to mention you're gonna miss out on that cool lighthouse if you do it. Yep. Alright. Let's just make this part of the tunnel here. So let's grab our blocks. We're using this, 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 that, and that. And is that everything? I think that's everything. Upstairs. Okay, that's everything. And now, fly back to the other side. To the other side. And I think... Oh yeah, didn't I say I was going to change the course out for court stairs so they... Yeah. Yep, let's do that now before I forget. To the other side. Alright, so what I can do is right here... No, I cannot, because that's floating. here, I can do this. And, no, that's what I want. And now, I can go ahead and break this all down. To the other side. Alright. Nice, sounds about proud of myself for just placing down blocks. Anyway, that's done. Damn you, past me. Why are you a jackass? I gotta put lights on the bridge because this bridge is a bit too dark. To the other side. To the other side. To the black and white. Seriously, the soundtrack of Hidden Fate is so good. So mint. Fly. Alright. And now we want the entrance. I think it's gonna be these blocks here, so how the hell did I do it on the other side? On the other side. Alright, so it's chisels, pillars, stairs, 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 and then I go now, okay. So right here, this would have to be chisel. Chisel for chisel. Okay, I'll never talk like that again. That was horrible. That caused me physical pain. Oh boy. Now then, do that. Do that. And once again, how do I do this on the other side? Upside down the stairs, but the corners are squared off. Thing is, the only thing about it is that technically these stairs is touching a mountain, because the only thing behind them is nothing. That's an open gap at the top. The roof is above that. This, however, is not really touching anything, so what we can do is technically, if it was exposed to the element, and there was parts of visible, so it'd be like this. And then cover that up. Completely flat little wall there. Like that. So now, we have to clear all that out. And because the roof quite high in the other tunnel as well. Damn it, me. Dare you come up with such a convoluted design, even though it looks good. Get it past me. Alright, that's fine. Let's go ahead and destroy this. Alright. There we I actually have to destroy another layer as well. Awesome. Get in the hole. There we go. Be in the hole. Be in the hole. In the hole. Be in the hole. Good, break all of that. Take all of that. And there we go. And now right there. Okay, navigate. Alright, so that takes care of the roof. The ground is done, so now I think it's just the walls. So the spine. Crack the spine. Actually, what the hell is behind this? There's cut sandstone. So that's actually supposed to go back by one. Dang it. Okay, let's cut that off. Alright, so now, here, go ahead, start destroying this. Alright, all that being destroyed. Break all of that. And I'm trying to finish this tunnel as fast as possible so I can get to the actual build. Because other than that insanely long, like, Subnautica stream I did, I like to keep these streams to about, like, 3 hours-ish. Ouch. Spine. Stop being in pain. Gosh darn it, because when you're in pain, I'm in pain. And you don't want that spine. That's not nice. Don't do that spine. Okay. So it's cut at the top and the bottoms. Chisels for the pillars, cut behind the lights. Okay. So this all needs to be cut. At the other side. At the other side. Actually, let's go ahead and move that back by a layer. So that way I can cut this off here. Put that there. And there. There we go. Like that, like that. Two, one, two, and then chiseled, chiseled. Ouch. There we go. So, and we know it's going to start off with chiseled anyway. This side as well has to end on the chisel. Alright, so now we can make a pattern. We also know that we cut these stairs way too early. Stairs. I mean, damn it. Damn it all the hell. Damn it all the hell. Damn it. for time. I'm spending a little bit too much on the tunnel here. And let's go. There we go. Alright, that's that side done. There we go. There we go. Alright, ouch, ouch, spine. Holy behemoring spines. Painful. Okay, so how big is this gap? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, it's odd numbers, so we can do an odd number design. So can I do one every other like this? Perfect. And then that goes by bacon. Cut there. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that first. Because we're finally dealing with a symmetrical We're finally dealing with a symmetrical tunnel. Literally copy the design on the rear without issues. Alright. And yeah, whatever. Alright. There we go. Let's try the actual one. You know what? This will bug me. There we go. And now just put the chisel. Put in that chisel. Like so. And now top, bottom. I haven't even done the other side yet. Whoops. Oh well, my fuck up there, but. Alright, there we go. We have a tunnel that actually has some form of lights in it. Ouch. That's fine though. Okay, this is going to be bugging me a bit. There is a floating path right now. It says when everything's a floating path. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and put this in real quick. So, just going to try to hide some of this. I don't need to see this all, right? Nah. Just make sure nothing spawns in there. That. Like that, and then like that. And there we go. I mean, it definitely looks a bit man-made-y. Let me stress this down a little bit like that. Have it drip one. So, does that help out a little bit? Make it look less like I placed all these blocks here. clearly placing all these blocks here. Yeah. Unless this side is like really there's nothing to break it up a bit. Just gonna go ahead and do this. Just haphazardly place a few blocks. There we go. It looks more like I cut into a random rock face. It's fine. Now then. And it's painfully weird that this bridge needs lights. Okay? Because as of right now, it kind of gets a bit too dark. So what I'm thinking is grab this, and maybe not the inside, make it more of a cut sandstone. And I like this one over here. Yeah, I used to cut. Oops. There we go. Yeah, I did a very good job with the curve. Now, if we go ahead, and I want it. Oh, right, it's not going to connect because this is not an actual solid block. That's going to be floating at all times. Am I okay with that? Well, what I can do is literally this and there. That's not connected. That's gonna bother me. Alright. So if I do it like this, right? If this hang off there on the edge, boom, lines it there hanging off the edge. And then I go up by, let's say, make it 3 up. Stone place already. This, that. Oh, right. This bridge won't work with this design because this design was made for a 2-byte system. Bridge is obviously a bit bigger than 2-wide. So how is this going to work unless I do this? Then I do something like this, and then this, and this. You know, it's a design and a half. It's a very bold design, but at the end of the day, am I liking it? Yes, I am. So if I do that and that, that. It kind of makes it look like I'm going for some type of foreign design here. Now let's cut that off. Alright, so we'll just do that. Kind of like it if we do this instead. Yeah, I like that look a little bit more. Although I think that's a little bit too high up to illuminate the bridge. Oh no, it's... Let me check if it's actually illuminating the bridge. I'll take that away. I think that might just be light coming in from the road. I mean the tunnel. I mean it's illuminating the top part, so there's that. Alright, let's try it here where it's actually dark. 1, 2, 3. 3. And then, oh my, no, oh my word. There we go. So we do this and this, that. Then we do this and this. Okay, it is actually illuminating the bridge. Alright, that design works. So, alright, and now, there we go. 1, 2, 3, it seems. 1, to do that on the other side. On the other side. There we go. Alright. And now the last one should be here, yeah. Yeah. In a yeah mode. Alright. 2, 3. Yeah. Alright. And now 2, 3. There we go. It definitely looks fancy. Can't deny that. But I wonder. I wondered, if I do that and that. The design, that is for sure. But I think instead of slabs, what I should be using are. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Instead of slabs, I should be using these stairs. Okay, I'm back. Did you like it? Yeah, it was not a bad stream. Not bad. Alright. So that. Like that. Yeah. Alright. So we do that over here as well. Once again, I'm being distracted by stuff that is not my floating mansion. He's streaming a new, really cool original Minecraft series. I know, I was there. And I will join after I'm done with my own stream. Or maybe instead of that high, we go this high. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it like that. Okay. And I need to say that a. Okay. So. Yeah. Should I do like something like this? Like have a little step up. I mean, it had to be only on one side of the bridge. Yeah, I'm trying out like a new bridge design rather than going for my standard like suspension bridge that's like perfectly flat. I'm trying something that actually slopes. So that's why I've done it like this, which I think I got the slope just right. The only thing I need more of, it's like there's a lot of blocks in 1.16 I would like, such as the chains. Then with if I can get the chains, I can have something coming out from the mountain on top to make it look like it's chains going down to actually support the bridge. So I can have like a cross structure going above this whole entire thing from one side to the other with chains coming down so it supports like this hanging bridge. Because as of right now, it kind of looks a bit like a floating bridge. But we'll see, we'll see. So, okay, let's see. Should I do one more up? Like that. Or does it become a case of manic too much? I know I can use fences, but the problem is fences don't look right when you try to go for like a suspension bridge look. And I also know there's like iron bars, but they still won't look right. Like I've done it before. Not a fan. If I try to steer here, not too bulky. Leave that be. I think that's where I'm gonna put like a block. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that be. There's a such thing as like overdoing it on the designs here, so I'm gonna be starting on the third block. So 1, 2, 3. So like right here. Actually, no, these aren't symmetrical designs because that path is actually much longer than this path. So, oh boy, computer frames, please. Like, I honestly do not understand single player lag. It's like, what are you lagging on, computer? How can you lag? Oh shit. Okay, so I placed it one just before I'm up. So as you see the block, this is up, so this is where I place it. So right here. Then have the fences stripping down. Like so. And the other bridge lighting is 100% pointless because there's no way the puny little lights from here is going to go all the way down. If I want to have some new form of cruelty, I know the good old-fashioned... Actually, hold on. Hold on. Wait a second. Let me put some loop in it. Alright, where's that lead go? You're coming with me. First, I need a lead. Come here. Now, got to be very careful about you not hitting any pieces of ground. You're right there, right? Yeah, I haven't dropped you to oblivion yet, right? Yeah. So just go ahead and put that there and just, you know. Oh, crap. Wait, what? There we go. You know what? At this point here, I'm pretty sure there's like certain like Twitch streamers who does that shiz on purpose, just so they can get the extra publicity. Because wasn't it like the streamer who basically ignored all of Twitch's violation and just kept going and going to try to see what it took to get herself banned? Because, you know, there's like animal abuse. There was just her just showing straight up her nips on stream. So it's like, I would not be surprised if like you had like a YouTuber who did that just so they can get the publicity from it. I mean, not YouTuber, Twitch streamer who did that just to get the publicity from it. Because it's not like Twitch is going to do something against them. They're going to ban them a few days, then realize they make this platform way too much money and they're going to stay right there. So even if Pokemon did do that, or Pokimane, or Poke, or however you say her name, because I'm not trying to say it correctly, or I am, but I'm failing horribly. I doubt it's going to be anything serious. It's going to be a boo-boo, it's going to get her the press that she wants, and then she goes straight on to making however much she makes from her streams. So at that point, I'm not really surprised. It's just going to be a case of like, it's awkward, but it's going to get you them views. And a lot of times, I think a lot of female Twitch streamers do that just because, you know, you can easily make a lot of money if you just do like softcore. It's not even softcore at that point. I'm gonna say innocent until proven. I mean guilty until proven innocent. Cause it's like, whenever I do a stream, I just do like so much in the background to get ready for the stream. And if you are doing this as a career, like that's your livelihood, that's your job, that's what you get paid for, that's what you're making the big bucks for, I doubt you leave that stuff open. She clicked the link on stream to see. That's asking for it at that point there. Never click a random link on stream. Know exactly where you're going before you go. But yeah, I'm gonna say I highly doubt it was fully accidental. Unless it was like one of those Twitch streamers who do 50-50 on Reddit, where it may be a good thing, it may be something horrible. Because that is literally playing like a Russian roulette live. Okay. Once she accidentally showed a Hey, you know what? She still got that HyperX endorsement. Is she endorsed by HyperX? I'm not sure. Or is it maybe still Series? It's one or the other, let's be honest here. Ouch. Ouch. Sorry, had to snap the back. Crack the spine. Alright, I'm gonna stop effing with this bridge before it takes over my Blaze stream, because I wasted enough time with this stream here. I mean, this bridge here. You will hang out there. I'm not sure why you have so much undulation, but we'll come out with a name for you later. One of these days, I will name you Survivor Llama. You will be named. I mean, as of right now, be glad you're not taking damage from slamming your back into a block of pure stone. Why do they bounce up and down so much? Who knows? The world may never know. Alright. Sorry. It's like, I don't know. I am really sitting at a seriously bad posture today. I really need just a new chair. Like, I really just need to hunker down and go for like a brand new chair, because this one, well, I can sit in it for hours. It's like I have no lumbar support. My ass keeps going flat, and the back of the chair is broken. So you can't get along. Oh, brother. Yes. You know what? The real question is, how long is that llama gonna stay there? Alright. So I think just like on the other side, where I built out a platform, had the suspension. That llama, you will never achieve Equinox. Yeah. What brand, if you don't mind sharing? And what is his max weight load? An X-Rocker Firestorm. I'll have to look that up later. Alright. Do I want a floating platforms like I have this here? Or do I want to do that? Because if I do that, like an actual stretched out platform, I can make it quite big, quite easily. Or if I do one of those, at least it's floating, it looks all cool and furry like. This isn't decisions, that or that. The thing is, I kind of like a mansion floating. It's quite comfortable and it has speakers and it vibrates and shit. Okay, so it's real fancy. It's really fancy. Ouch. You know, I just realized I said that I was gonna put a floating zoo over here. So if I make a house too big, it would obstruct the zoo. Yeah, suspensions it is. Alright, so there's stone bricks. Oh, putting speakers in my chair because I'm not infected. I'm not falling for that shit again. I remember I once made a cast out of stone bricks and it was all infected stone bricks. So when I went into like survival mode to try to play on my castle, unfortunately, it was just silverfish everywhere. It was horrible. So much silverfish. Alright, so going from here, and let's say how big of a platform we want to give ourselves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, guess 32 by 32. A fucking floating zoo. What the fuck is the timeline of this time? Look, the timeline does not matter. Okay? I have said multiple times, the story of this village here is that this was an ordinary village that was in a mountain that was visited like a godlike being who shared his technology and knowledge with the village for them to develop new technologies, building styles, stonework, masonry, and all that shit. Which is why it's above the ground, and some of it happened to be floating because what this stranger has brought to the village. The lower village are refugees. This upper village is the enlightened villagers, who are way above that. Your email address comes up when you put in or what? I mean, don't accidentally leak your email address. Stop worrying about things. Alright, anyway, back to this. So we're going to be dealing with a 32 by 32 platform, so it's going to be quite big, but we should be able to make a decent sized mountain on that. I mean, mansion on that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fuck, how many minutes clicks was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20. Like when I put in or, it comes up to autocomplete. That might just be like Google autofilling or whatever your browser is autofilling it. Which is quite common. I mean, just be careful about that. Last thing you want to do is have it autofill something. Oh right, you use a tablet, that's why it's autofilling. I'm like, that's a very strange problem to have on a desktop, but then I realize, no, you're viewing this on a tablet. So that would be quite common on a tablet. Alright. So from there to here, I want this whole entire thing to be filled in with stone bricks. 16, 1, 5, 5, 7, 0, stone. Bricks. There we go. That instant shadow though. Now the thing is, yep, it's fine. I mean, I kinda don't like the fact that it's a square. I would kinda like this to go further out, but now the wall's actually right there. Oh no, I'm past the wall at this point. Yeah, the wall's here. That's just the lighthouse slash watchtower to view all the land. In fact, no, I don't want the tunnel taking up so much. I will figure out how I'm going to join this to the tunnel in a second here. I want to go ahead and do that, and then on top of it, I want to place this here, get the coordinates of it. 3, 7, 9, 2, 1, 1, 6, 1. Excuse me. Yeah, that's fine. That should be. Actually, because of the way it's set up, I think I'm gonna move that back by 1. So put it here instead and get the coordinates. Crap. Need to do this first. 3, 7, 9, 3, 1, 1, 6, 6, 1. So from there to all the way over here, creepy music. Slash fill that. 661 with grass underscore blocks. Have it, enter it, there we go. Alright, so that's going to be an actual platform that we build on, is the grass blocks. And then what I think I'm going to do is put one more layer on the outside, like so, like this. Put that in. Play Minecraft together like a build battle, like on a random server, or like on a just a server. Yeah, sure. Like one of these days, probably. Cause I was thinking about like doing some like a stream of like Hypixel mini games, but it's like I went on Hypixel the other day and it's like, this seemed to have gotten much worse than the last time I remember it. It feels so much like an advertisement. So if you happen to know like a server where somebody from Ireland and the US can connect, no, on a private server like in creative mode. Oh, well I can make a private server. The only thing is that's gonna have a shit ton of lag for you, man. Because I would be streaming, also hosting a server, and you would be connecting from Ireland to a US based server. Yeah. That would be like a shit ton of lag there. And my internet speed is only 100 over 35 megabits per second. Also, why the fuck is there so much lag in the stream? Like, I'm looking at the stream, it's for some reason, it's just jumping. Like, randomly just skipping ahead by a frame or two. So weird. But anyway, alright. So that's the LAN. I think we're gonna add one more layer just underneath it like this. Assessing a bit too much with the other platform, but let's take this other platform. And if you put playing with viewers in your title, it might bring in more viewers. I could, but that might be a case of like, if I were to do something like that, I wouldn't be able to host, like I wouldn't be able to make that server myself. I might need a hosting service for it. Definitely would not be able to handle that and running the game, running the server, not with my computer as is. It's not like a beast like it used to be. Because I think my computer's performance has degraded a bit over the time. Which is sad, but all good things come to an end. And crap, lag. Alright, so we have that, and I think I'm gonna put some stairs. Gosh darn, I can spell stone bricks. Okay, stairs and what else? Yeah. So right now, and unfortunately, I cannot do these stairs with commands because commands would not understand orientations, or if they do, I think like it require a lot more than my simple knowledge of commands to have these stairs put in correctly. And you love to suggest your name in a raid and you actually get raided. That'd be nice. But it's like, I think it's just a matter of sticking to it. Because I've had done like Twitch before. This is my first time being on Twitch and streaming. And when I stopped with it, I was gaining some followers, I was gaining some viewers. The only thing about it is like, well, like I've said multiple times before, depression hit in because I was working a very horrible job. And I left a horrible job just to work another horrible job that kind of had like depression set in, and was like at a point where basically I was just so fucking depressed that streaming video games brought me no joy. So I would go on a stream and I would sound like somebody just waiting to kill over, which is why like I stopped streaming and recording for YouTube because it was just like horribly depressing to watch. But now, because of the whole entire situation of the world and the severely reduced hours, I'm not feeling that depression. Oh, no. This isn't a different Twitch account. Same account. I'm just talking about like years ago. It's like, how long ago? 2017 is when I started this. I was actually gaining like views and followers. It's just that like work hit in. And let me just say, holy fucking shit. Customer service is a job from hell that no one pays enough for and gives enough credit. Because holy fucking shit. There is nothing that will make you feel less like a human being than working customer service in the US. Because the thing is, like here in the US, right, we unfortunately have dumbass companies that'll preach that whole entire customer is king bullshit. Because they themselves have never had to work a position like that. So there's a lot of times you go to work and it's like, check your dignity at the door immediately, because we don't play that shit around here. So like when you work customer service, you quickly stop having fun with a lot of things. Like, trust me, that depression be real. And the US has a very strong, like, use them and throw away type dealio. Whereas like, they're not gonna care if you break down. Hell, they'll fire your ass for breaking down at work. It's like you never want your boss to see you crying, because that's a great way to lose your job here in the US. Because like a lot of businesses has a strong, use them until they break policy. So it's like once you are no longer in that state where you can put on a smile, because yes, smiling is a part of your damn job. And the company will truly believe they pay you enough for you to do it every day. So if you go to work and you're not smiling, which I got in trouble for a lot, for not smiling every damn day, every time I had an interaction with a customer, you can be written up for it, you can be put on corrective action, you can be terminated for it. So it's like, that was one of the things why I wanted to quit that job, is because that was just a thing. I kept getting in trouble because customers would complain that I wasn't smiling when I greeted them. So, it's like, yeah, fuck it at that point. And it'd be like every meeting you go to, they keep remind you, smiles. Don't the US restaurant not actually pay minimum wage and count on tips to make up for minimum wage? Yes, so on tip careers, you don't actually make minimum wage, you make half minimum wage. And the rest they expect you to make back in tips. However, a lot of restaurants, like nowadays, they don't. So some restaurants will do that highly. Like, you go in, your actual hourly wage can be like $3.20 something, and they expect you to make your money back in tips. Which the proper way to tip is like you tip 10 to 15% of whatever your meal was. So if you go to a restaurant, you spent $100, you expect to give your waiter like a tip of 10 to $15. But that's not how people do it in the U.S. because at the end of the day, it's like, why? At the end of the day, like the waiter serves you the food, yes, but ultimately the chef is the one who cooked the food. So you don't really feel an obligation to tip the waiter as much as you would tip the chef because the chef is the one who cooked that food and prepared it for you. So a lot of people here in the U.S. will tip like $1 or two, or maybe like a $5 tips, and that's kind, that's how most of the time it'd be. But there are some places where people will just be asshole. If your minimum wage is like £10 in Ireland, you're already doing a lot more than the U.S. Because in the U.S. it's like, I mean, technically federal wages is 7.25, and states have different depending on the cost of living within your states. I mean, I've worked in places where like they would pay you $7 an hour because they expect you to make some of that money back in tips. But if you miss a day of work, then they'll take back like 7.25. I literally had a job like that where that person, fucking piece of shit human being, would like claim that the job pays 7.25 an hour, only paid me actually $7 an hour, assuming that I would get the 25 an hour in tips. But the thing about the tips is like he would take away any tips that was in the form of a bill. We're also getting paid $5.50 a month over quarantine. Oh, that's nice. So they give you extra, like basically like a not basic universal income, but like just a stimulus, I guess. Or is that just hazard pay? Because it might be hazard pay, which I know they just took away here in the U.S. No more hazard pay here in the U.S. Well, not like it's gone. It's more like the government's not forcing hazard pay anymore, so companies can choose whether they pay hazard pay or not. And I know as soon as they did that, McDonald's took away hazard pay. Which is like, I already have a trouble with McDonald's. Ever since quarantine started, their quality has dropped to high hell. Right after this, like, don't get started on that, Danny. We all know that pretty much the value of a dollar bill is going to go down tremendously. And it's like, it's pretty much any place that practices capitalism, the value of their currency is going to go down tremendously as we keep printing out the dollar bills without anything to back it. But we just like to pretend that, that's not a thing just yet. Just like live in a fantasy world. But yeah, no. Like basically that's a case for whoever is like taking up the slack afterwards to deal with. No point worrying about that now and how badly your check is going to be worth after this. And the U.S. will still find a reason to deny livable wages. Even when they acknowledge that the value of the dollar bill is going to drop tremendously. McDonald's are all closed here and workers are getting paid their normal wages. So, here in the U.S., McDonald's are still open. Any place that serves food is considered essentials. They can choose to close if they don't have like drive-thrus or delivery options. Those businesses can close. But if they have a drive-thru or delivery option, they can stay open during quarantine. So the McDonald's over here are still open. It's just that their quality is like hot garbage, hot ass shit. And I don't mean that lightly. I mean like, oh boy, McDonald's food has never been good around me. It's been passable. It's been okay. But once quarantine hit, the service has turned to hot garbage ass. And the quality of the food is like, I've learned what cardboard and butter tastes like thanks to McDonald's. I don't know. DIY here in the States is still open. So our Home Depots are still open. Home Depots, Lowe's, Ikeas, those places are still open because construction was deemed as essentials and they need those stores to be open so they can do their jobs. But, like I said, I think one thing I will say about quarantine is it definitely has helped me quit fast food because fast food is not that healthy for you. And ever since quarantine, like any fast food place, their quality has dropped to where they either getting your order wrong all the time or the food tastes like it's been sitting there forever and they microwave it as soon as you arrive because there's been places I used to go to. They was fast food, but they used to be good, such as like Taco Bell's. Yesterday I went to Taco Bell's. I got stale tacos, no meat, frozen veggies. Oh boy, that was a horrible meal. That was a horrible experience. And then there was like Wendy's used to be a place I like to go to, but once again, it was like this was clearly in the refrigerator. They pulled it out and they burnt it. Well, of course, airsoft places are going to be closed. Like, why would you think that'd be open, Danny? What made you think your favorite airsoft place would still be open during the apocalypse? Which really is not the apocalypse when you think about it. Oh, you don't think they are closed in America? No, they definitely are closed here. So they are allowing things to reopen, and there are some recreational facilities that are being allowed to reopen if they're in open spaces and they can easily maintain more than 6 feet between you and your neighbor. But for places like close combat stuff like airsoft, they're not gonna allow that. In the U.S., it's like they'll allow like golf to be open because you can play golf by yourself and it can be easily more than 6 feet between you and your nearest neighbor. So stuff like that is being allowed to reopen. But if it's something where you have to be constantly interacting with lots of people, that stuff is staying closed. Like I think they might allow bowling back open as a recreational thing, just because you can technically play by yourself, or maybe you can play with a friend. But the only thing is you gotta use like two separate lanes. Like one of the lane is closed, so like every other lane is open. So stuff like that, where it's easy to put distance between you and your nearest neighbor, they're allowing to like reopen. But yeah, if we're talking about like airsoft, no. Also, there's just gonna be some places that stay permanently closed after this, which is also quite sad when you think about it. Like VRK. Oh, I thought you'd be open. Because there was some talk about reopening my state, because you know in the US, 50 states, each states are opening and closing as they choose, based upon the number of cases. And there was some talk about reopening my state, but it was like, no, we're not reopening it. Nope, 100,000 new cases in a day, closing the state back up again. Because my state was originally supposed to open in like mid-April, pushed back to late April, pushed back to early May, pushed back to late May. Then it was talking about June, and now it looks like it's going to be mid-June. Places are open on the 7th of June. Ew, boy. Well, I mean, at least in aerosol, you technically have to wear a mask. Yeah. That's just what happens when people don't have health insurance, because, you know, health insurance is a luxury here in the US. Not everybody has it because shit's expensive, and most of the time they don't cover shit. Because I had health insurance. In fact, I have a funny story about health insurance, about how it almost fucked up my damn credit. So, I had, like, well, maybe it wasn't health insurance fault. I had dental insurance, but they was both from the same place. Dental and health insurance from the same place. So I went in for, like, tooth surgery because I was in massive amount of pain thanks to my teeth. Yeah, rubbing your free health insurance. But anyway, I was in a massive amount of pain due to my teeth and cavities and whatnot, and take care of your fucking teeth. So I had to go in for, like, I think 7 fillings, deep cleaning, and 3 teeth extractions. which I had to pay all for out of pocket because every time my dentist talked to my insurance company to cover anything, they denied a claim each and every time. Luckily, I didn't have an ambulance. I was able to just drive there, but no. So my dental work cost me about $2,300 out of pocket with dental insurance, and like, so really funny thing is like apparently here in America, like when it comes to dental insurance, they don't have to pay out immediately. They can take up to 18 months to pay out any claim that you put in. So when I decided to get rid of my dental insurance because it was the definition of fucking useless, I didn't realize that my last appointment, yeah, 2,300 in dental work, all out of pocket with dental insurance that I had to pay for. This wasn't free. I had to actually pay for this. So this was premium dental insurance. But yeah, so what happened was when I went in for my last appointment, it was I think it was just a checkup. It was just a checkup to see how my teeth were doing after all the fillings, the deep cleaning, and the teeth extraction. Make sure there wasn't anything like an infection or any like pains, like anything like post surgery that was going horribly wrong. So it was like a simple checkup. Yeah, twitching definitely not. No, this is back when I used to have like regular hours. This was premium insurance. But anyway, so yeah. So it was like a simple checkup, which I think the checkup was $70, just to make sure nothing went wrong during surgery, nothing was being infected after the case here, the feelings were good, nothing was rotting in my mouth, it needed touch up. So it was $70, and like nope. So on YouTube, I didn't meet the requirements because YouTube changed the requirements from like you have to have a certain number of subscribers and monthly views in order to like get paid for them. So on YouTube, they closed down the monetization on my YouTube. So YouTube makes me no money. So at this point here, both Twitch and YouTube, it's just a hobby. I get paid for none of them. If I get money, it's going to be either due to my job or government assistance. At this point in my life, anyway. But before that, it used to just be all work. And I used to be, like, working a lot. Like, my previous job, I would work, on average, about 12 hours a week. I mean, not 12 hours a week. 40 hours plus 12 hours of overtime a week, to the point where every paycheck I was averaging about 100 hours of work. Every paycheck. Which was customer service, so it was the definition of high hell. But yeah. So that was one of my jobs before I changed position from like customer service to tech support. That got changed into customer service again, but just paid a lot more. I'm gonna say no, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. Because the thing about it is, like, I'm not in a category where the quarantine would be at high risk for me. I'm, still in my 20s, although late 20s. Don't have a history of any type of lung problems. Like, most of the males on my mother's side of the family are, like, athletes. And when I say athletes, I mean, like, real deal athletes. I've had a cold for, like, 3 days ago. Nope, have yet to get sick. I don't really get sick that much. Like, if I get a cold, it's only once per year. And it's normally during the summer, not like the winter or the spring. So I normally get like my summer cold and that's it. And it's usually always once a year. So if I get like sick once that year, I won't get sick again that year. And that can be like, even if I have like, a fan going on in the middle of winter, which I've had all this winter, I'll still be fine. I can go out in the rain, be fine. Because everyone wants a beer. The thing is, here in the U.S., well, bars are not allowed open. Liquor stores are, as long as they do delivery. And they get their alcohol delivery license. So these people here have still been allowed to get like fucking wasted. Or they can just go to a supermarket, because most supermarket and grocery stores carry some form of beer or liquor anyway. And the supermarkets and grocery stores have been allowed to open as long as they don't exceed like their reduced density. Because the thing is, like, every building here is like one of the rules in the US, right? If you have any building, they calculate how many square foot you have, and they calculate that and divide it by 2, because you're allowed to have 2 square feet per person in a building. So if I have like a 500 square feet building, then I can only have 250 people in there, because you take, you know, the 500 square feet, you divide by 2. I fucked up. Damn it! You know, it's like that. Nowadays, it's just you take your same number of square footage, but you divide by 6 instead of 2. And that determines how many people you're allowed to have in your building at any given time. It was locked down very quick. I think it's been like 3.5 months. Hey, as long as you was taking it serious from the beginning. Because the US waited for that shit to come overseas first, and even when it came overseas, it was like, nah, we're not locking down yet. We need like some deaths first. And then all of a sudden it was like, alright, lock it down. But even then, it's like so loosely. Because at the end of the day, it's like, you know, a lockdown in the US is not really going to do much. Just because, one, this was a country that was not made for this type of situation. Oh no, face masks are definitely required over here. They're starting to arrest people for not wearing them. It's like before you get a fine, but now they see you like socializing without a face mask. That's a great way to get your ass arrested and put like a couple days in holdings for just, you know, not wearing a damn face mask. They're not playing that shit anymore. Yeah, same thing here. It's like here, it's like you cannot enter a building without a face mask. That's a real easy way to get yourself arrested. And if you're walking outside, they're not going to ask you for a face mask. They're just going to ask you to distance yourself from anybody you're talking to, unless both of you are wearing a face mask. If you're not, then they're going to ask you a distance, or they're going to find your ass. And originally it was a fine of $60, but they increased that to, I think it's 120 something right now in my neck of the woods, but I do believe they're talking about increasing it again to possibly 200 to 300 USD. Because people are still not separating. No, well, in the US, if they reopening, they're saying they're going to allow meetings up to 25 people. Because even during quarantines, it's like allowed as long as it's less than 10 people. But, yeah. It's like a whatever type situation here. As a homebody, it doesn't bother me that much. Alright, so we have the suspense struts in. Yeah. Over here is like the mask is required, gloves are optional. Because the gloves are kind of just pointless at the end of the day because people don't use the gloves properly. So a lot of stuff get cross-contaminated, so now they're just like, you know what, just fuck the damn gloves, okay? I feel like I should put it in a third pillar, but I'm too lazy for that. Alright, so we now have this wonderful 32 by 32 square area for us to build on. I felt almost nothing apart from shipping delays. Oh, the damn shipping delays, they be real. And the misinformation, because it seems like no one understands the logistics anymore. So it's like you go and it's like it's saying something that's gonna take 2 weeks, and then somehow it arrives in like 3 days, or something says it's gonna be like 5 days, and then it arrives like 2 weeks later. Like logistics is a nightmare right now in the U.S. And it doesn't matter like who you're having your product shipped from. No one knows when the fuck your package is gonna actually arrive. So you know it can be sometime this year, it can be sometime next year. But anyway, enough about lockdown. Back to the stream here. Because so far, the only thing I've done is built a platform, put some pretty lights on it, and like built this underside on it. I actually regret doing it like this. What I should have done instead is base everything out by 2 and just have like 2 pillars going out all even. Yeah, I'm gonna fix this. Okay, stuff like 5G. Oh, yeah, I've heard about the 5G dumbasses. That's kind of why you guys in Europe has been suffering, because for some reason in Europe it's very common for people to start attacking those 5G towers, which I hate to break it to you, but the way your guys' internet is set up, those 5G towers are more likely shared towers, because I think in Europe they use a mixture of cables, satellites, and those towers in order to get the internet around places, you know, mountainous region. That's just a way of connecting you guys all. So when you take down those 5G towers, you're also taking down your telecommunications, and that's causing all types of issues for you guys and your internet, which I feel sorry for you. But yeah. And the fact that there are some people who extremely believe like that 5G is causing the issue, it's like, get real, son. Get real. Well, it can be a cable to your house, but it can be a cable connecting to a building that's using a satellite uplink that's going to a tower to actually connect to the surface. Like, trust me, like, I have cable internet here in my house, but my cable internet is going to a building that's connecting to a satellite that's then going to space and coming back down to a server. That's how my internet is set up, and I know because I actually worked for the company that I get my cable from at one point. So, you know, ISP background. But yeah, so it's like, all I can say is, if you ever find an idiot who truly believes that 5G is causing, like, a virus, you know, just pray that that person gets the virus so their genetics is not passed on. Because the idea is so ludicrous, but when you have dumbasses who truly believe it strongly, it's just amazing. The fact that people think that something is like distorted written tree shells. The thing is, that doesn't really matter if they're covered. The one thing about like 4G or cellular data all together, all in all, is that surprisingly, they have very good penetration, like wall penetration. It's why 4G LTE took off, because it does have very good wall penetration. But 5G is having troubles getting through buildings, and I know it doesn't get to the human body, because if you are at like a 5G location, and let's say you point your phone towards like the 5G repeater, and then you turn your back to the 5G repeater, you'll lose your 5G. So it's kind of having the same problems that WiMAX had, that WiMAX went down the drain for. Which I know is literally just growing pains, but it's like kind of hilarious that people think that this is what's causing the virus. Something that cannot even pass through the body is causing the virus. Meanwhile, not to mention, it's like 5G itself, the frequency it's used is very close to like what airplane radio towers have been using for quite a while, not to mention regular wireless routers. So honestly, I think, you know, it's great and all, but I think we're gonna need an evolution before we start going. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm hiking. But at the end of the day, it's like, as long as, you know, 6 feet between you and your nearest neighbor, there's nothing wrong with going outside. And a lot of times it is wise to go outside, because that was the one thing they found out about the Spanish flu. Was when they told everybody to stay indoors, they found out that people who were staying indoors was incubating the Spanish flu into like a super deadly form. Then they realized, oh wait, we need y'all fuckers to open their windows. So a lot of buildings, especially here in the U.S., they have apartment-controlled heats, and those heating systems are made to heat up the building so much that you cannot keep your windows closed. You open your windows, and that was just because of the Spanish flu, because they realized that fresh air helps. So, you know, even if there's a pandemic going on, you're still going to need fresh air. Because that stuff is still helpful. Not to mention that vitamin D from that sunlight, not to mention the UV rays as well. Yeah, that sign's fine because it's get blocked off by the mountain there, so it's fine. Okay, that I don't like. I don't like how that looks. Because now I get to see it like this, and it's so off-center with the tunnels. It says because China lied about the numbers, believe it's been in Europe since before Christmas. I was in a lot of people's houses and cars around then. Yeah, I'm gonna still say not to worry about it. If you actually check the numbers about the fatality ratings of it, it's kind of basically a bitch. And I kind of feel like a lot of nations are just overreacting to it. Like, yes, it's a sizable count. You know, I think, but it's kind of like if you look at it at a KD ratio, you know, its KD might be high, but at the same time, if you take the people who recovers or who doesn't even, you know, they're immune to it, they have no symptoms, as like the D is going to be much higher for the situation than the K. So I kind of feel like it's just a lot of people overreacting. I mean, you already know that people were overreacting when it was buying up all the toilet papers, which I still understand even to this day here. And now you have like all these scalpers who took all that toilet paper now trying to sell that on eBay. It's like nobody wants it because you can just get toilet papers in the supermarket and grocery stores. But it's kind of hilarious and a bit dark at the same time. But ultimately, it just feels like overreacting. We think we have so many numbers in the grand scheme of things, it's very small. It is! Like, that's the thing that people don't look at. It's like, yes, it's a high number, don't get me wrong. That's a lot of people just gone who's not going to see the next year. But it's like, look at the population, you know, even here in the US. A lot of people. Unfortunately, you know, may they rest in peace. Have a moment of silence for them on Memorial Days, which is, I believe, today. You know, a moment of silence for them. But ultimately, in a nation of like 300 million people, a few 100,000 is not going to equal to that much. And while I'm being slightly cold about it, I am being truthful about it. We have kind of just like overreacted to something that ultimately is not what people make it out to be. But yeah. Oh my gosh, this pattern is doing my head in. Because the problem is I have these corners going out. If these corners was not here, like, do I just eliminate the corner so it stops doing my bloody head in? Yeah, let's destroy the corner. Instead, what I'm going to do is go ahead and grab that. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off like this, cut it off like that, and then do that. And now, go ahead and get rid of all this again. Except for this one. I think this one's going to stay. What the hell? Okay, hold on. Let's go from here. Here, there's pillar there, 2 pillar, yes. Why does it not match it on this side? Yeah, yeah. Also remember they're kind of ignoring the recovery stat because it's not about how many people recover. It's about how many people had it, how many people have perished because of it. Which moment of silence for those people who've like lost their lives in these difficult times that didn't deserve it. Okay, moment of silence over for them. But yeah, like ultimately, you know, it is something that got blown out of proportion. And I agree that the way people handled the situation did not handle it properly here. Where the F am I effing up that this pattern does not match? Like, what am I effing up on? Where am I effing up on? Okay? Because it's been 2 here, and now it's 2 over here, and now run. Run, 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 run. Spin on it. Okay. So 2 2 block, 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 2 2 blocks match. That's great. Yes, Danny, I'm quite aware. But Danny, you know, it's like a gentle Pokemon. If you say hi, they will run away. They gotta let them not know that you know that they are aware that you're there. See? Okay, 2 block, 2 block, 2 block. Why? It's an even number design. This is an even number design, an even number. Slowly losing my mind. You know, I'm about to say F it with these bloody lights because they're doing my head in. And screw it. We don't need edge lighting anyway. What are we lighting up? Nothing. So get rid of the edge lighting. Fill this all up. Because I'm wasting too much time on a bloody platform, whereas the platform does not matter. It's what's going to go on top of the platform that matters. Alright, so let's get rid of this stupid platform. You know what I just realized? Today is Memorial Day, so you haven't heard nothing about Memorial Day sales. Like, I think this is the first time Memorial Day has actually been, you know, a day of remembrance, and not just a day of quick buy shit. Marbles was okay when I was winning, not so much when I was losing. Just saying. Alright. So that like that. That like that. Ew. There we go, there we go. Shit. Alright, get rid of all the stupid edge lighting. Pretend that wasn't a thing and then get to work on the actual mansion that's supposed to be going here. I got hardcore distracted. You have the same amount of wins as me. Yes. If his stream is still going on after my stream ends, then I will go and check it out. But this is my day of streaming. make sure I do my own stream. Okay, oh wait, I still got edge lighting over here. Ah, gosh darn it. Hold on. Shit. He meant to hit the light bulb and he somehow hit everything else. All this edge lighting. Alright, all the edge lighting is gone. Okay. Alright, all the edge lighting is gone. Let's get started. So just like the other place, I'm going to be using cubism, but this time I think I'm going to stick to like glass blocks. So gray, white, and birch. Gray, white, and birch. So let's go ahead and get those materials. Excuse me. So I'm going to need gray concrete, gray glass panes, white concrete. Actually, instead of the gray glass panes, I can actually use black glass pane, slightly darker. And we're gonna need birch for interior wood, spruce for everything exterior. So now, when we come out the tunnels, we want to go straight to like the room area, which I think we're gonna make 4 wide, not 6 wide. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, just 4 distance is fine. Like so. Maximize on space. And how high do I do on the other side? 1, 2, 3. 3 is fine. So right there, and I'm gonna make this double dip. So that way there's some form of depth. Like there. So it's gonna be 1. I think what I'm going to do is destroy this. And that go there, but I have this go up again. And high, right? 1, 2, 3. And then do this. Go. Yeah, that looks better. And I put this here in the right places. So. Alright, so that's the first of the glass. The only problem is that's not going to connect to a door. There's going to be an air gap unless I use glass blocks. Do I want to use glass blocks instead so that way there's no air gaps? Yeah, let me use glass blocks instead. Be easy to place these down. No air blocks. And if I have to use commands to put them in, then it will be placed correctly and I don't have to worry about filling in the edges. Go ahead and do that, destroy all this. There we go. And I think you will have to be 2 wide as well. Yep, like that. So now, I'm going to go ahead and stretch this as far back as possible. Alright, and for the backyard, let's say the backyard is like 6 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. Make it 8. 7, 8 blocks for the backyard. Yeah, is the front of the house a bit too close to that tunnel? Like, should I also do 8 blocks back? Yeah, let's have more of a front porch. I mean, more of a front. So let's go ahead, break all this glass. Let's push this back. We're gonna go ahead and make it like extrude it thick. Then how many blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so we're gonna push back the front of the house. The front door is technically 8 away. Damn it. Yeet. Front door is technically 8 away. Like so. So like that. 2, 3, 2, 3. Like that. And then we're gonna make it 2 thick. Because here's where the actual front door is gonna go. Yeah. Like so. Like, why am I doing that? 2, 3. Like so. Okay, now we think about it. Shouldn't this all be glass? Because the glass is, for the most part, uninterrupted. Or should be uninterrupted in Cubism design. And now let's go ahead and stretch this back. I wonder, did he do like the thickening or the extensions on the back of that house where no one would see them? Nowhere near high enough. Too high. Just right. Snap the spine. Or maybe we should sandwich the glass in between. Like that. Because that looks better to me. That looks better and I like it like that. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like so. And make it like a nice 3 wide around. Like so. And then put this here. Okay. Alright. And then we'll have that 1, 2, 3, and then like so, like that. Not sure why I like this cube and rectangle design so much, but holy crap. It's weird, but it's a good type of weird. So, this is gonna be another section of the building here, and how do I do it over there? Also, you know what? The dark gray is fine. I think villagers just scared the crap out of me. Okay, it's like gray boxes connecting with white boxes, but the white boxes themselves are cut into pieces. Okay, if you ever blow up, remember me. Danny, if I ever blow up, I always remember you. But anyway, let's see. So yeah, I can actually cut it into these designs. So what I think is like on the back here, let's see, right here. Go up. I want them equal heights. Yeah. So we go up like this, and then you go down like so. And now cut it like that. Actually, one more. Who knows? It may or may not happen. You know, that's the way I think about it, so that way I don't get depressed when it doesn't happen. Because it's like, there's plenty of YouTubers and streamers who will tell you, like, I was just like, I just had like shit performance and I was thinking about quitting, then all of a sudden that day I wanted to quit, my views just went insane. So, you know, it's kind of like winning the lottery at this point here about whether or not you actually blow up. I think it's called blow up, not blow up, blow up. But it's kind of like winning the lottery. It's about whether or not that actually happens. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's correct. Yep, that's correct. Yeah, because there's a cube on top of another cube. Okay. Okay. Do you want to thicken it on the back? Because if I thicken it there, I won't be able to thicken here because this is touching here, so now we're not going to worry about thickening on the back. But I think there should be one longer though. I get two. Let's get rid of that. That's not needed. Thanks, Danny. Not sure where all this faith is coming from, but thanks you, man. I appreciate it. Does make these streams a little bit worthwhile when there's someone actually here and I'm not just talking to myself for like 3 hours. But anyway, ouch. Aw, you have faith in me that I don't have in myself. You're a real MVP, Danny. You're a real MVP. Alright. So that's got to be double deck like that. Double deck. Double deck. Alright. And because this is a front facing side, it's got to be thickened as well. Like that. Slowly fades away. Mr. Cliff, I don't feel so good. No. Okay, so we're done with that side, and I think I might have used a bit too much white there. I should probably break that up with another color. Let's bring in gray, shall we? Like the light gray. So right here, let's block. Ah, fuck. Damn it. How many times? You know, we put in that lighter gray. Because one thing I like about these cubism buildings is technically, you kind of design a building first and worry about what you're going to put in later. So, you know, even though this design doesn't make sense, I can force it to make sense later once I figure out what the heck to put in it. Wait, what in the what? Is racist question mark question mark? What? Wait, are you calling me possibly racist? Because I hate to break it to you, I'm like probably one of the very, very, very select few over on Twitch that can get away with doing a black accent and not be racist. But for reasons. But anyway, yeah. This extruded looks actually looks quite good. You know what? I kind of regret the front of my house being here. I kind of now want the front of the house to be this way. Wait. Well, the house is not white. It's grayscale. It's white, it's gray, and it's light gray. Anyway, should I say if it make the front of the house face that way rather than the front of the house face the tunnel? Like the tunnel just goes into the side instead? It does mean I have next to no backyard unless I count this piece as my backyard. Yeah, screw it. Rich boy house. Well, I told you, the upper villagers, they're enlightened. You know, the lower villagers can't make concrete. The upper villagers can, so their houses use that concrete. They also have different building styles. Instead of that nice homely styles of the lower village, they have this fancy building style. So, yeah, let's cut it all here. This is going to be the side of the house, no longer the front. So, removing all this thickness. There's that. And don't worry, I'm going to mix up the color. I'm just starting with white because I started the other building with white and it helped to get the design just right. Oh, fuck, that wasn't thick. Well, that was a statement and a half there. Ouch, there are always two fillers when I'm here. Is the second one? Well, of course it's me. I have to watch my own stream. Twitch does count the streamer watching their stream as one view. So if you ever go onto a stream and it says one viewer, it's the person monitoring their own stream to make sure it works. My house looks like a weird ass PC. What the? God damn. Gosh. Don't worry, let me put in more cubes. Okay, so now we know that this is actually going to be the front. Like, I ain't doing no RGB lighting. Since we know this is going to be the front of the house, what I can do is this. No, that one. I use this one instead. And actually stop it right there. Damn it. Come on. 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's make it 7 to be on the safe side. And now, oh my gosh. When you're trying to climb up the structures and you just fall. Okay, so right now we're even with this, right? We're even, so we want to go 1, 2, 4. Wait. Go. Besides, I don't even have that much RGB on my own actual computer in my house. The thing about it is you do pay a hefty premium for that RGB goodness, which doesn't really add much because it's like, yay, you put fancy rainbow puke lights on your computer. What was the point? And most of the time, it's like I just leave it to white and call it a day. You know, I'm proud that I built it myself, but at the same time, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because we can have double doors and then glass on either side of it because it'd be 4 in the middle. Yep, alright. And then, and despite what they say, the RGB does not give you any more frames. Although, technically, it kind of does. Like, I don't hate RGB lighting. It's just like, you know, it's cool, but I don't get why people obsess over it. Like, I'm not one of those RGB all the things type person. Actually, should I have this hang off by 1? Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna have that hang off by 1. Damn it. I really wish I knew why my phone, every day at like 8 p.m. always says Android handling theme. Just like every damn day the screen just lights up at 8 p.m. Always at 8 p.m. Android handling theme. It's like, I don't need that distraction. I'm trying to build here. Okay, so this is going to be the front door. So now we need to thicken this. Damn it. But yeah, I guess like back when like RGB all of things was a meme, you know, RGB adding like 10 FPS was a lie, but now it technically is technically the truth because most of the time the high-end components have RGB stuffed in there. You know, it's very hard to get like a non-rainbow puke RTX 2080 Ti. So it's like, yeah, it does technically add more FPS because if you want a 2080 Ti, you're gonna get it with rainbow puke because you don't have a choice in the matter. The only time you don't see that RGB goodness is when it's not the top of the line. I think here's where we did a cut. There we go. It's a weird consortium. Is a weird pairing of cubes. But at the end of the day, though, it does look slick. Stretch this out a little bit more. Just so that has more of a present back there. As for this, this out. Stretch this so that way it actually has like an overhang. Even further than this by let's say 2 blocks. Yeah. Okay, before I add any more cubes here. Kind of feel like adding one more cube. Like what I'm thinking is right here. We go ahead. We add one more cube. Not even a cube. Go down like that much. So that streamers, I search high and low. I sort from low to high. Yeah, I guess I have a point there because the thing is, like, the top streamers. You know, there's one thing, like, when it comes to live interaction, it's like when you actually interact with a person. And I guess when you get too big, you can't really have that interaction. Because I kind of like, you know, when you're having, like, a back and forth conversation. Because it always makes it feel, like, more personal. Well, it's definitely going to be how you found me, because there's no way I'm ever going to be on a high. I think the last time I ever appeared on the Twitch's front page, no lie, I was actually on Twitch's front page at one point. It was way before, like, Fortnite took off, you know. That wasn't a thing. I was playing City Skylines, and then all of a sudden, like, people were joining the stream. And I was like, oh, wow, I'm just getting, like, a sore of people. Where are they coming from? And it's like, well, you were on Twitch's recommended front page. I was like, what? So I just go and, like, quickly loaded up the Twitch, and yeah, I was actually there on the front page on Twitch as a recommended stream. You know, this was, of course, way, you know, before Fortnite and Valorant and all those made-for-Twitch games was released. Yeah, because even on the front page of Twitch, my highest amount of viewers I had were 15 people. And that's actually where I got my lion's shares of followers from, was during that time frame. And I'm not sure what caused it. I think it was because back in the day, I say back in the day like I'm some type of youngster. Back before you had like mega streamers like Ninja, because Ninja wasn't on the platform at that time, Twitch cared about discoverability. And because they cared about discoverability, there was a chance for like, they would show like little to like, and I know, it's true, I did get 3 followers yesterday. That was awesome, thanks Danny. But, like basically, before there was like mega superstars like Ninja on the platform, Twitch would show like literally smaller YouTubers on the platform. I mean smaller streamers on the platforms in order for them to be discovered. It was part of like Twitch discoverability. So so the front page of Twitch would always have like smaller streams. It wouldn't be the larger ones. So if you didn't have that many people on your stream, there was a chance you would be on the front page, so you can actually get discovered. As the larger ones was kind of put in the background because they didn't need that assistance. They was gonna get like a large stream no matter what. But then Twitch kind of got bought out by Amazon, and that stopped being the case for a while now. So now every time you just go on the front page, it's usually those streams that has, you know, already a ton of views. But it's like Twitch is like, give them more views. Thank you. You're welcome. But yeah, no, it's like, I was on there one time, and I always remember it because it was like the most random thing ever. I was getting ready to close down because I was back when I was doing my early morning stream, which was around. So my early morning stream was when I used to work a graveyard shift. I would come home at like 7 o'clock in the morning. So I would stream from like 7 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock in the morning. And I call that my early morning stream. And the idea was it was supposed to be like a more modern version of early morning cartoons. There was shows that would appear on your TV like 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. in the morning. Just before you like go to school. You would just wake up, you turn on your TV to like channel 5, and then like it'd be Fox, but you'd be watching cartoons. They should, but I doubt they care, because the thing is, it's like, by them not, you know, doing that anymore, they're always making sure like large streamers get their views, and those large streamers pull in way more money than any smaller streamer could ever hope for. So I'm not like too mad about it. It's just a case of business, you know? At the end of the day, it's like, if Ninja was streaming on Twitch, they would put that on the front page of Twitch, because Ninja gets lots of views, and by having him get more people in his stream, they spend more money on Ninja, and that makes them more money because Twitch takes a cut. Having like a smaller person get those views doesn't do them any good because that smaller person is not like affiliate. Then people can't spend their money on them. If they can't spend their money on them, Twitch doesn't get any money from them. So like Twitch has been moved on to like caring about the larger streamers to make sure they are taken care of. And like I was thinking about like going onto Mixer, but it seems like Mixer is just copying whatever Twitch does, so it's like there's no point. But they can make small streamers big by putting them on the front page, which means more money. They can, but it's like a case of like, why mess with a good thing? If you already know that this one person, like they go and they have a stream, they have like 300,000 subscribers on that one stream, so they're getting like 50,000 views, and all of a sudden it's like, people are like gifting streams, they want those bit call outs, all that stuff. That's gonna make them a lot more money than any smaller channel blowing up. So that just becomes a money type of situation. Who can make more money for the platform? I cannot make as much money as like just Ninja or Dr. Disrespect or like Pokimane or like Syndicates. Like compared to those guys, they can pull in a lot more money for the platform than I can per stream. So like the YouTube, why am I say YouTube? Twitch is gonna cater to them. And what is wrong with Mixers? You seem to not like Mixer. Is Microsoft doing a poor job managing Mixer? Is it a case of like extreme toxicity? Well, there goes our double doors. Looks like they're single doors, people. I mean, you made your hatred of Mixer quite clear, but what's wrong with the platform? Why am I placing all this glass by hands when I can use damn commands? Which is why I chose glass blocks in the first place. I'll say, gotta double this. Weird cave noises because I'm around lots of stone with no lights. Double this up. And go and get your food, man. The stream ain't over for like another 45 minutes. You got time. This needs to be doubled up. Oh, snapping in place. And hello to the mysterious viewers. Feels free to say hi in chat. Just enjoying some Minecraft here. Alright, anyway. Yeah, let's use commands because it's an annoying amount of glass blocks to place. So let's F3 it up. Let's temp that. 3, 7, 8, 5, 1, 1, 8, 5, 8, 3. And then I'm gonna be busting a large charting because this glass here is whatever. We'll figure that out. As soon as I say hi, they instantly go away. Oh well. 5, 1, 1, 8, 5, 8, 3 with black stained glass. Boop. Alright, that's filled in. This back window has to be filled in. Right, it helps if I do this first. Excuse me. What am I saying excuse me for? give the damn purple melon place. I think 5 and 4. And then here. Slash yeah, 5 and 4. Black. Doop doop. There we go. Glass in. And now can't do it from there, so I can do it here. Alright, let's go all the way up. All the way up. No point internally, and that would all be internally. Alright, this has to be thickened because it's pointing towards the front. So thicken this. Alright, no point internally, so that was pointless. This is nowhere near big enough for me to justify that. We do that. I think there was a way that I did the thingamajigs. Oh boy. I might be staying the rest of the stream here just glassing this up. Never mind the interior. I wasted a lot of times with like edge lighting. Why did I waste so much time with edge lighting? Immediately stop using commands. It's like, I'm not sure if it's faster just to place the blocks for a certain number. Like, at what point is it better to, like, use a command compared to just placing down by hand? Double dummy dick. Yeah. Okay. I was about to pat myself in the back like, yeah, look, I'm done. I did it. And then I realized I'm nowhere near done and there's so many sides that still need the glass. Gosh darn it. Alright, let's go ahead and place these blocks. I do go silent a bit too much. There's already a block there. That was done. I did that wall. Alright, now anything that's facing the back, that's not internal, I can go ahead and close the glass down. No glass roofs. We're not doing glass roofs. We know about that glass roof life. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is looking cooler and cooler by the second. And now that's all glassed up. That's glassed up. And now this. Needs to be glassed up. I think I should use command here. Probably should use a command. I keep forgetting that commands exist. Alright. Needs to be glassed up. When will you be streaming until? It's always 9 p.m. The streams are always 3 hours long. That's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, of course. Or 2100 hours. Okay. Not sure what I'm gonna do for that little bit in between these two sections here. Alright. It's here. You know what? Script needs a command. Damn it! There. Snap the spine. Crack the back. Bad posture. Really starting to bite me off. I really just need to put like a pillow on the back or something, because this chair has like no lumbar. Because it does have like lumbar support, but it's just literally like a plastic beam in the back that I can move forward and back. It's like, that's one thing about this chair. It's like, holy crap. Now this lumbar, this chair sucks at hot definition, hot ass. Stop messing with that. Let's finish glassing this place up. Alright, that's done. 8, 6. Glass. Boom. Okay, that's done. Clear all that. Ah, shit. I'm just going to break down this glass once I work on the inside. Put that there. 3772. 8581. No. Go. Okay, that's all the thing glass that needs to be glass. Shit. But the thing is, I'm not sure if I should glass it over now or later, because I think up here it's going to be like an outdoor area. Well, this definitely needs to be glassed over. So, now for the roofings, what I'm going to do is use commands, use commands. very careful not to accidentally do white concrete powder because that's basically just sand. Here, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Up here, it's going to be light gray. Oh, right, that can go away. That's just annoying debug information. Up here, definitely going to use commands because this is going to be annoying. 777, 102, 576, then right there, and now fill that all in. Yep. Clear that. Then we're using the gray here. And 7, 8, 3, 1, 3, 0, 5, 7, 9. Alright. 0, 5, 7, 9 with gray concrete. There we go. Clear that, clear that. Alright. Damn it, I forgot to fill this in. If it's light gray. Wait, what do I fill this in with? Also, shit, that's not the right height. Slide that up on my part. My bad. Okay. Well, too late now. That's gonna be way too difficult to actually fix. So we're gonna pretend like it's not a problem in the first place. Alrighty then. I think we need one more gray module, like just back here somewhere. But I kind of feel like I shouldn't. Or maybe we extend this a bit more out. Because extending this out would not be that difficult. All I have to do is this. Let's say 3 lines like that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of you and you. Get rid of that. And now all I need to do is this. And place this in here. And in fact, what we can do is cut it like that. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Slide over overhang, but I like that. And now decided gonna go with these maybe a dark oak. How dark is that dark oak? Oh, that dark oak actually looked quite good. Yeah, I like that more. Okay, probably should use commands for this again. I keep forgetting the commands already exist. They exist. I should use them. It feels like this much more faster and easier. Okay, so from there to there. Go ahead, get these floors in. There we go. Dark oak planks. There we go. So there's one floor. Okay, good. This is a small room, so I can just place this manually. Do that. This is quite large, and I can't see. Time set noon. There we go. Frozen there. Gotta do them stretches. Alright. So from there to here, hit and fill it in. Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, we fucked this up. We fucked this up. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Oh, that's my first time fucking up the field tool. Normally it's the clone tool that I fuck up on. Damn it. There's nothing I can do. A block is gonna be broken here. Damn it. Absolutely just destroyed the lines of this place here. This is double dick because it faces the front of the house. Okay, we're getting some of these lines back, but damn it, all the hell. Not what I was expecting. Huh? Are these? No, it's like gray. It's just that for some reason it looks really white here compared to over there. Not sure why. save me time, because technically now this is all here. But still, like, holy crap, how did I manage that one? There we go. Yeah, that dark oak looking swick. I think for the second floor, I'm actually going to use birch up here. So it's like it's dark oak on the bottom floor, but the second floor is birch on the upper floors. And how we're doing on time, we're doing okay. Like so. So now, yeah, let's get rid of this dark oak here, because that shouldn't be dark oak. I could just use a command. Oh, problem with this design. Yeah, that's all open to the elements. Looks cool, but it doesn't work. Because I'm gonna have to do this. Come down like that. And do that and that. And you know what? This is basically just another cube sitting on the back. But then I have to class that, and not happy about that. Nope. Nada. Remove all that. Just means that has to be glassed up. And, oh, what do I use for this middle floor? Because it's not technically the second floor, is not technically the bottom floor either. Didn't you figure that out later? Anyway, let's try not to F up our commands again, shall we? So let's clear those commands. Let's set it back to day so I can actually see what the hell I'm doing. Place that block there and get the coordinates for it. 6 and then 5, 7, 6. That's 1, yep, and then we place in the opposite corner. Sit on top, and now siege field. 7, 1, 2, 6, 5, 7, 6. If good old fashioned birch. Blinks. What do you mean that position is not loaded? Oh. Wow, that would have destroyed my world if that went through. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. Safe to say that was a major fuck up that was avoided there. Alright, we must be careful. We must be absolutely careful when we type in these commands, because that would have been like wow, that I don't even want to know what that would have looked like if that command went through. For this underside, we can do all honesty, I kind of want to use slabs because it'll give me more depth. Like on these upper levels, I think the slab always places on the top part. Hold on, let's get some dark oak slabs. Yeah, I kind of prefer that better. You give the smallest amount of depth. Alright, so there we go. And then luckily, we can just come here to get the first slabs. I'll leave it like that, that's fine. Realistically, when am I ever gonna look underneath one of these things and look up and go like, I hate how it looks? Never. So anyway, let's go ahead and show that. There we go. Okay. Alright. So now, then, we had that in, we're obviously gonna have to put a floor in here. And that's dark oak. I'm really sad that I only put this up for 2 blocks, because I really can't change this after the fact here. Like, the only way I can make that 3 blocks is to drop that down by 1 and pretend like this here is the floor going to there. But if I do that, then I have a problem because this roof is already in place. I mean, this place doesn't have a roof, but still. Yeah, it just won't work. Like, how did I manage that anyway? Not even sure how. Not even sure how I did that. Alright, let's just go ahead. It's a very low roof, but let's be honest, it happens a lot in these mansions. What I can do, instead of having that glass there, it's like I can push that thing out by 1. So I can get the most out of this space here. It's like, but then that doesn't work. The rest of this is like, I see your motives inside and your decisions to hide. But like that, yeah. It looks nice. You know what I should have done is put the thing here. Nah, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Only because we cut that there. It's like, here's the thing. This goes way higher than where I put that. So right now it's just interior design. So I'm thinking something like this. Then something like this. And then boop. I can do that instead. I kind of want it to look like Tetris. Yeah, that works. Now this here is like, You know what, if I've redesigned it like 1,000 times, I'm just gonna be unhappy 1,000 times. I might as well just leave it. There you go. Do that there. Like anywhere there is a transaction, usually it's best if those stays internals. Like that there. And now if we come outside, looks funky, but I like it because it's my type of funky. And I think I am gonna do like outdoor patios. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is like, after the spruce comes in, get this nice spruce planks in here. Gonna go ahead, double up the roof on the outside. On the outside. Like so. No, it's not glass there. If only there was stone pillars. So go ahead, we do that. That's just so we can place down these. Got the edges being shown. Like so. And then we grab, don't need you anymore, so let's grab, you know what, regular glass. In fact, I think I can get rid of this. Ouch. Gray, light gray. And what carbon? And so. any areas where it looks like we can just go out. We're gonna go ahead and do this. Okay, it's gonna be awkward on these corners here, but do that. I'm gonna do the glass, and then it's regular gray, light gray. But anyway, damn it. So, now down here, pretty much the same thing. So we actually need to eat that one. We need this. I think this is also going to be another outside area. So grab this. Frankly, no point for that little rock throw, but hey, it's already there. Might as well. Alright. Straight. This is filled in like that. Go ahead and pretend like this was two cubes that combined. Okay. Now grab this again. And it is crap, I forgot my own design. So light gray for the white, white for that, so this would be dark gray. So we start off with that. There we go. Alright, then. I think with that, that's where we're going to call it quit in time here on this build here. So we will be continuing this next stream, of course. But I think, oh, that actually looks so good. That looks so good. I love that look. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. Alright, guys, so let's go ahead. We're not going to turn on the texture pack because unfortunately DokuCraft makes cement looks like broken cracked bricks, and I don't like that look, so we're going to stick with the default texture of Minecraft. But we are still going to turn on the shaders. Okay, for some damn reason, idiots are lighting fireworks. Great. Alright, so let's go ahead and get them shaders going. Let's go ahead and get this world loaded as much as we can. Yep. Alright. Oh boy. Yeah, come on, game. Load everything in. You can do it. You can do it. Really need a computer upgrade. My computer served me well, but it's not performing as much as it used to. I kind of realized this place needs an upgrade because it no longer fits the design of the upper village. It's fancier than lower village, that's for sure, but compared to like the upper village, like, just saying. Alright guys, if you like this, please be sure to tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 1800 hours for those of you who live in an area without a 12-hour time format, where we'll be streaming some more Minecraft Isolation World. For this stream here, we're going to be calling it Quitsy Doodles with the completion of the, oh, the shaders makes it look so amazing. Look at that glass, like, damn it. If it was glass panes, but we didn't use glass panes because we know how they look. Anyway, if you like this, please be sure to tune in tomorrow. We're going to be streaming some more of this. If you like to watch a higher quality version of this stream so you can truly enjoy the shader goodness, then feel free to watch the recordings over on my YouTube at youtube.com/CliffBeesTheBest, because you know I am. Other than that, hopefully you're enjoying your time in quarantine. You're washing your hands, you're staying safe, you're remembering not to breathe, that type of stuff. But I'm Cliff B, and I'll be signing out here. Bye, Internet.